Even though it's a bold statement, it's also a true statement. There is almost no way that Twitter's new CEO, Linda Yaccarino, is going to be able to succeed in her new and essentially impossible role. Things are pretty tight for Twitter as advertisers pull out, huge interest payments are due, and an overworked staff is struggling to keep up with their responsibilities. And at the center of a lot of these issues is Elon Musk himself and the decisions and the directions that he's been choosing to take with Twitter in his time as CEO. Back in December, he announced that he would start looking for someone to replace him if he could find anyone crazy enough to take on the role, but a lot of people just took that to be posturing to try and bring some of the advertisers back. And so it did come as a surprise to many when he announced Linda Yaccarino as Twitter's next CEO. He confirmed her hiring by saying that she will, quote, focus primarily on business operations while I focus on product designs and new technology, unquote. But that sentence right there automatically holds a lot of red flags. Her business operations will be dependent upon the products that are designed and the new technology that Twitter is able to roll out. Effectively, Elon Musk is taking charge of the back end where the decisions actually matter, and Linda Yaccarino is expected to try and cobble together some success on the front end. It's obvious to see where this could become an issue if things go wrong, as she is the figurehead. Even though the move makes sense from a business perspective, considering Elon Musk's controversial figure, it's still an odd decision to create a figurehead for a company when they're going to have essentially no power. Elon Musk said as much when he mentioned that he's going to maintain control over the large part of the company, including serving as executive chairman and chief technical officer. So let's talk business and discuss why Linda Yaccarino has essentially no place to go but down. And if you like short, factual business videos, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. When Elon Musk took over Twitter in October of 2022, he basically immediately started making changes, the most significant of which was firing most of the top executives. He then went on to overhaul the verification process and allow users to purchase blue check marks to get verified instead of previously being able to apply for verification. And then, under the guise of free speech, he started reinstating controversial accounts such as Donald Trump, Kanye West, Andrew Tate, and Kathy Griffin. This, he claimed, was because Twitter was going to be the new town square, where everyone's opinions were allowed and there would be no more censorship as freedom of speech was important. However, due to the unpopular changes and how controversial Elon Musk was as a popular figure, a lot of advertisers pulled out, and this included companies like General Mills, Audi, Chevrolet, Chipotle, and so on. Now, these pullouts were not entirely because Elon Musk was in charge. There were also some brand safety concerns, as impersonation was now much easier on Twitter, and there were also some verification concerns as brands were losing their badges and instead being asked to pay a tremendous amount of money to retain them. And later on, there were other incidents, such as marking NPR and PBS as state-affiliated media, but by the time that happened, Twitter was already struggling pretty significantly, and that was more of a nail in the coffin as opposed to one that was used to build it. Now, even if you're a supporter of Elon Musk, you're probably aware that his tenureship as CEO is controversial, and as a result of that, they've lost a lot of business. Twitter wasn't profitable before Elon Musk came along, so it would be difficult to make the argument that it's profitable afterwards. Now, businesses fail all the time, and it's not usually that big of a deal, but most businesses that fail don't have $44 billion of loans they've taken out and have to pay back. If Elon Musk were to divest his entire interest in Twitter and bail, then it still wouldn't be enough to cover the amount he owes or the damage that would cause to the brand. So to try and reassure the advertisers he's losing and the users he's alienating, he's superficially handing over power to Linda Yaccarino. This video is not meant in any way to attack Yaccarino or to cast doubt on her potential competency as a CEO. In fact, for those of you curious, she is supremely qualified to be able to run this company, given that she's had over 32 years of experience in a presidential or executive role at several other companies. But it's important to understand that anyone who is set up for failure is probably going to fail. If you and I are running a race, but I get to start halfway to the finish line, then nobody is surprised when I cross the finish line first, because you were set up to fail. Whether or not you're a better runner or even a good runner at all becomes irrelevant at that point. Similarly, how good Linda Yaccarino could be in this job is very likely not going to have any impact on the success of Twitter or her ability to maintain faith in the public eye. Based solely on being Twitter's new CEO, she's either loved or hated by its user base, even though she hasn't had time to be either beneficial or detrimental to the platform. I'm never interested in wishing failure upon people with good intentions, but I can wish Yaccarino well and also understand that she has been perfectly set up in order for Twitter to fail. And if Twitter fails, she as the CEO will be viewed viewed as the person who caused it to fail. You may have even heard of this phenomena. It's referred to as the glass cliff. It's basically where women or other minorities are put into leadership roles during a time when a company is failing, and then after the company inevitably continues to fail, they are blamed for their inability to turn things around. However, given that Yaccarino is highly accomplished, very successful, and as such most likely very intelligent, I feel like there's not a world in which he isn't aware of the risks that this role brought. But that doesn't mean we can't condemn the fact that a system exists in which people are set up to take the fall for the failures of others. Elon Musk stepping down as the figurehead of Twitter is not going to be the last we hear about him, the platform, or the drama surrounding it. And hopefully, people don't fall for this obvious hate-based bait and switch. But whatever happens next with Linda Yaccarino, Elon Musk, or with Twitter, I promise I'll be here to talk about it. Thanks for watching.